I was picking my daughter up from the ER for the third time that year when she said, "This is basically your fault. Nobody just ends up like this." She said it while I was still holding the discharge paperwork. The triage nurse didn't ask my name. She already had it memorized. The pharmacy 2 blocks over, the rehab intake coordinator, the landlord who'd called me twice about noise complaints. I've spent 19 years becoming a familiar face at every place that catches people mid-fall. The story never changes, only the chapter. Her failing out of freshman year was my fault for working nights. Getting fired from her first job was my fault for being too controlling about curfews. When I used my savings to cover a semester of nursing school, she dropped out in October and told her friends I'd forced her into a career she never wanted. Her father, who calls on her birthday most years and nothing in between, backs every version of the story from 3 states away. My mother-in-law calls twice a year, always to read me a list of my failures. My daughter's fingerprints all over every line. The car was the newest chapter. My car, the one I used to get to 12-hour shifts. She took it while I slept, hit a guardrail at 3 a.m., doing something she called not a big deal, and left it there walking the rest of the way home without waking me. I found out from a tow company's automated call at 5:15 a.m., an hour before a shift I then had to call out of. At the impound lot, she scrolled her phone, then looked up and asked the question that finally ended something in me. "So when's the car getting fixed? I kind of need it Saturday." Not sorry. Not are you okay? From the woman whose only way to work was sitting behind a chain link fence with a crumpled fender. I drove her home without a word. In the driveway, I told her to pack a bag. Her dad's, her aunt's, a friend's couch. I didn't care which. She was 23. She was done living here. She laughed at first. Then she saw my face and went upstairs to slam drawers loud enough for the neighbors to hear how wronged she was. She left 40 minutes later with 2 trash bags of clothes, already on the phone telling someone I'd thrown her out over one little accident. I had 5 days of quiet, 5 days where my purse stayed exactly where I left it, and nobody came home at 4 a.m., needing me to pretend not to notice the smell. Then my sister called, crying too hard to get full sentences out. How could I do this to her? She's struggling. She's in a mental health crisis, and I abandoned her. She posted about it. I sat down at my kitchen table with that strange, weightless calm you get when someone finally shows you exactly who they are in writing. By evening, the post had 400 shares. My mother gave up on me the second I admitted I needed help. Comments calling me heartless. A coworker sent it with, "Is this about you?" My own cousin left a voicemail about compassion and mental health stigma. Here's what none of those 400 people knew. I'd known about the pills since she was 19. Since I found the empty bottles taped inside her mattress doing spring cleaning. I never told a soul. I paid for her first outpatient program myself, quietly. $9,000 I told my job was a family emergency, so I'd never have to explain it. When she relapsed, I paid for the second program too. I drove her to every appointment for 8 months, waited in the parking lot because she didn't want to be seen walking in with her mother. There's a folder in my desk with every intake form, every receipt, every therapist's note, all of it silent, all of it hers to share or not. I opened that folder that night, photographed every page, started typing a reply that would have ended the whole narrative in under a minute. Then I looked around my quiet kitchen, quiet and mine, and I deleted it. I replied to my sister with one line, "Believe whatever she's telling everyone. She always finds someone who will. Let her have the villain version. Villains don't get 3 a.m. phone calls, except they do." 9 days later, "Mom, I'm at the station. I need you to come get me. It's really not a big deal." I said, "Haven't you heard? I abandon people who are struggling. It's all over the internet. Ask one of your 400 shares." "Mom, wait, okay, maybe the post wasn't completely." I hung up mid-sentence. Then I mailed her the outpatient program's intake number, no note attached. The help was always there. I was just finished being the one blamed for offering it.